and we are live here on Facebook, Twitch, and uh, YouTube. Today we are doing something a little bit different. We are doing a podcast style today, with it being called A Day in the Life of. We've got my friend here, Richard. You guys may know him on Twitch as SG Mechanics. One of the amazing mods that we have here. If you follow him on Instagram, it is sg.mechanics.props.andprints.
Yeah, they don't allow spaces, so that's what happened.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, make sure everything is working, make sure everything is picking up on his end. And prints.
Yeah, they don't allow spaces.
Okay, cool. It did pick it up. Yeah. So yeah, let me go ahead and get my shares going, guys. We're just kind of gonna chill for a little bit, and then we're gonna, kind of get into it, make it a little bit fun. It's something that I wanted to look at doing differently, because a lot of people, when they come into my streams, they just kind of they come in to see some gameplay. But, I've got a lot of amazing streamers that I've got as friends that I've met through Twitch, that I've met through Comic-Cons and other sources. And, we've all come together and kind of made a little community with each other. He's in on my streams all the time. I'm in on his streams when I can. And it's just, it's an amazing thing. So I figured, yeesh. So I felt like, bringing the two worlds together and bringing new people for you guys to check out if you're not already checking them out, and getting to know them a little bit better.
I don't know if they can hear me or not.
They should be able to.
Right now, just a heads up, you're getting an echo on your end, it sounds like.
Is it because you're watching the stream on your end?
It sounded like because you have it running in the background. Do you have it on your phone or something running?
Mm-mm.
Okay, maybe it was just, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean,
it was ever so slightly. I think you're okay, but...
Sometimes my mic is weird. Some days it's really good, and some days it's really bad. Hold up a second. There we go. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, full screen view. Going into here. This is the thing that I love the most. It's just doing my shares. Newsfeed. Bam. How do you pronounce your last name?
Hoylucci. It's like Bertucci's, but nothing like it.
Stop. Showing that my bitrate is really terrible right now.
Is that what the number in the lower left corner of your waiting screen is?
Wait, what do you mean?
Where you're starting? The starting screen has just got like random numbers.
No, that just came with the overlay. But yeah. Oh, you've already got me pulled up. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, undo. I sent that to my sister. She don't even got Twitch.
Tell her get her butt on here.
Right. Johnny Hawk. But yeah, no, dude, yesterday, my stream, that was crazy. 10 hours, dude.
You streamed for 10 hours?
Yeah.
And I only caught you for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was really crazy. All right. What's going on, guys? As you can see, I've got the dual screen pulled up, whereas you can see. Hold up. What? Oh, I'm over on that screen. Haha. That's why I was like, why is this like acting weird? So, all right. But yeah, so it's not even coming up on this land. So how are you doing today, SG? Do you want me to call you SG while we're here, or Richard?
I guess let's go by SG.
Okay.
That's fine.
So yeah, how's your day going today, man?
Good. Got off work, went got some comics.
Oh, what comics?
Bubble tea. The Power Ranger comics.
Dude, I
But
haven't read much of those lately, and I'm like.
Yeah, I'm a little behind. I keep buying them, but not reading them. They're really good though.
I was so far behind. Like I'd had them, and then like life got in the way of things.
Yep, I know that feeling.
So let's see. We got Mogul Mail. I don't know who that is. We got 50 Shades, 26 in the moderators, and we got SG. So how's everyone doing
During this?
Yes.
I didn't eat dinner yet, guys, so sorry.
So it's a little bit of a mukbang for his end. But yeah, so just to kind of give you guys a little insight with who SG is. Well, SG Mechanic, I'll let him kind of explain a little bit about himself leading into this, just so that way there's not dead air.
Yeah, so my name's SG Mechanics. Well, I go by SG Mechanic online. That was my gamer tag on Xbox from years ago. And my background is actually mechanical engineering, which kind of led me into 3D printing, which led me into making 3D printed props, which led me into doing cosplay. But, you know, I'm nerd all around. I'm a big gamer, going way back, you know, Nintendo, 90s kid, so that's what I had. Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, anime, you name it, I'm probably into it when it comes to nerdy things like that. Comic books, as we just discussed. There's a lot more to me, but that's kind of a general overview.
Give me 1 second, I'm trying to add my tags into this.
It's hard because I can't see you on Discord.
Yeah, which is...
I don't know where to talk.
Which is weird, because I think the reason being is because, like I said, it's in the... it's in my Streamlabs, but like when I pull it up in here, like you can...
Alright, it's fine.
You can see it, I think.
You can see my son in the back corner.
Can you?
He like popped in for a few seconds. It's alright.
But yeah, no, so like I was saying with you guys, the reason why I wanted to do this was to bring more light into my friend SG Mechanics. So, I mean, we got 3 people in here. I mean, I'm gonna download it so like we can put this on like YouTube and stuff like that, and I'll probably like try and edit it down a little bit. But I'm gonna kind of
The
go.
interwebs.
Yeah, the interwebs, and tag you on all of the links for it. So, kind of like my first question, like, what got you started in the cosplay world?
Yeah, so I kind of just went into that a little bit, but my background is mechanical engineering, and I worked in a lab where we had a 3D printer. So I ended up getting a 3D printer probably, trying to think, probably about 6 years ago, I think now. I don't know, it's a blur with the 2 years of COVID there.
Yeah.
So that's what led me into doing cosplay props and actually driving me towards cosplay. Prior to that, I did my first Comic-Con, for lack of a better term. It was Paramorphicon.
I mean, that's kind of a Comic-Con, though.
Kids, so we were like, hey, let's make our own cosplays for this. And yeah, those were really bad. You can actually see them on my Instagram,
which I can actually go ahead.
Bring up, but
let me hold up.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up. I can just ping you the photo. So I have like a before and after photo. It's like what we made for our first cosplay and then our second cosplay. And because of the amount of skills we developed as a team, it's like leaps and bounds.
Which it is this one right here.
What it was. My first helmet.
Go ahead.
I don't know, I can't see it. But yeah, no, our helmets were made out of what's called peppercore. So it's like basically paper mache for those, and they're bobbleheads, for lack of a better term. But yeah, and then after that we did the 3D print, and actually if I step away for 1 second, I have it up here. And my wife actually sewed the suit. So all of that is handmade. Oh, I just caught everything and pulled it down. That's okay.
Oh,
I'll
no.
pick it up later. But that's the helmet that we made. So this is a 3D print.
Yo, ignore the Instagram feed. But yeah,
No.
you want to show that again? I'm sorry.
There we go. Yeah, now I'm seeing the Instagram now.
Yeah.
On the other one. So this was the second helmet we made. It's a 3D print, so you can see on the inside it's the raw print, as I'm probably putting dust in my food. But yeah, I was pretty proud of this one. My wife's pretty good at doing the painting, and I do pretty much the modeling / printing, etc. So
heck yeah, man. So I mean, it was kind of already covered, but like, how did you get started making the props? Like, aside from working in the the field, like, what actually got you starting making like your own props?
yeah, so I kind of already said it with we went and did a cosplay, and then I was like, hey, I got a 3D printer, let's do this. But kind of something that really drove us into going down this path was, I'm sure a lot of people, if they're from the Power Ranger fandom, know Bloodline for the Grid. It was actually spoken about with my buddy Rando. You probably know him too.
Rando 20XX for those of you.
Writing for that, along with Chris and DJ. Say that again.
I was just saying, for those of you who tune into my Twitch streams, it's we've played Fortnite with him. It's Rando 20XX.
Yeah. So, Rando actually approached me while I was making a spiral saber about making the one for Bloodline. So I happened to be making it because I have a friend who's really into Power Rangers in space, and we were kind of bouncing ideas off of each other one day. And he's like, "What if you make the spiral saber?" And I was like, "That's really good. A lot of people do helmets, but not many people do weapons." So I spent probably 6-7 months making that. And the initial release of that spiral saber was supposed to be a surprise for Chris, and then all of a sudden I found out about Bloodline through, Rando. And eventually we adapted it into the large black and red one,
which
he has, as well as the one that DJ has prior to it being destroyed and rebuilt up.
Yeah, like I actually got to see the red and black spiral saber because where was it presented at?
I think that was Ranger Stop and Pop, or Ranger Stop, the one in Florida.
Ranger Stop, yeah. And like, because he had it on his
2019, I think.
Yeah, because he had it on his while he was at his booth, he actually had the spiral saber, and I saw it, and just like the details and stuff on that, guys. Like when I tell you, it was done very, very well. And I'm not just saying that because he's a friend of mine.
I have to give a shout out to my buddy Henshin Asset. That's what he goes by on Instagram. He's from the UK, and he's a modeler himself. Not a modeler. 3D modeler. And he actually spent many hours with me sending files back and forth with him critiquing that design until we got the details. Funny fact about the spiral saber, there's like 3 different versions in the show, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah, because
some with details, some without, some that are props and, for beating people up, which is not what mine was intended for, which is why they rebuilt it 3 times. But yeah, so it's just funny because there's a lot of little details that argue with each other. And me and him sat down and said, okay, this one has this one doesn't, what do we want to do?
Yeah.
So
now,
and that's kind of what drove us down this path of doing a lot of the props. Again, on my Instagram, you'll see there's the Tiger Baton.
Yeah.
Another one that we did. And, he actually modeled the head. Henshin Asset modeled the head for this.
Okay.
And I did the rest of it because I got the mechanical background. So that helps. So we're kind of a team.
Yeah.
Lately it's just been me, but he's been a little busy. He just had a kid.
Yeah, and that definitely takes a lot of the time. But like, yeah. So I will say, like, I'm another reason how me and Richard actually started talking, which is funny. Like I saw the when I saw the spiral saber, the red and black one, I had asked, and like they had kind of like made mention about who, like, his friend SG. He was like, well, my buddy did it for me. He goes by this. And it was one of them things to where, like, I was, for Power Morphicon 2020, me and a group of friends. Yeah, see that. That's the end of it.
I have parts all over my room.
me and a group of friends were going to go as Q Rangers, which is the space themed for the Super Sentai. If you're familiar with the Tokusatsu fandom, that's where we get a lot of the Power Rangers series from. And my favorite one of that series was Orion Red, which is the leader's kind of power up, if you will. But in the group that I was going with, we had already had that, so I was like, well, my next favorite one of the designs were the Ho-Oh soldier. And my buddy had made mention, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a Korag shield done for that for a show. And he was like, he's pretty reasonable, so that's how I reached out and got talking with him. And
everywhere.
Yeah, and as you can see, he's got one of the outlines done for that. And me and Richard me and SG got to talking. My bad. And we started talking about crap. I dropped my phone. Of me commissioning the shield from him, which the shield comes apart, and it also doubles as its morpher. And when he was doing the thing, he's like, just so you know, this is going to be a really big, like almost show accurate. And I'm like, it can't be that big. And then he started showing me like outlines of like other things. And I'm like, oh, that shield's going to be big as hell, because I think the Ho-Oh soldier is actually bigger than Korag's shield, right?
I don't know if it's bigger, but it's probably about the same size.
Yeah.
Well, the shield itself, I think, is smaller, but once you add the sword in, it's...
And
yeah.
Let's go, since he's here, I'm going to go ahead and give him his shout-out on my... so if you're ever in my stream, SG, you can actually use the exclamation mark SG Mech. I just kind of shorten it.
Cool.
So it's got his link. So this is where you can find him. It's twitch.tv/SG_mechanic. I think I need to space that out.
SG Mechanic. No, you're right. You got
it.
It.
Okay, it'll still pull it up. Cool. And you know, it says fellow streamer and cosplay maker, as you can see. But he more so does it for himself.
Mm.
Sometimes.
Well, Power Morphicon's coming up, so I pretty much put everything on hold.
Yeah.
And I'm working on my own costumes.
Which I'm excited.
But yeah, I'm pumped. It's gonna be our first big like trip since COVID.
Yeah.
So we've been stuck in the house for 2 years.
Yeah, because COVID put a lot of things on hold. Like I was gonna be there in 2020 with Mike Jin, the gold RPM Ranger, because me and Mike were friends in that, and we keep in touch. But yeah, so this is kind of already been talked about, but like, was Christopher Kamen Lee your first big like client that you made a prop for?
Yeah,
I guess you would say.
Yeah, he's the first big one. I got a couple under wraps that I can't really reveal just yet. But yeah, he's the first big one. A lot of the stuff I do is Power Rangers, and I'm kind of hoping to branch out from that a little bit. I had some early models of a lightsaber that I was trying to do.
Ooh.
And I think I'm still going to keep that one under wraps. You can see the early stages on the Instagram there.
Is that what that was?
Just because it's going to be very unique. Which what was? It was just like basically a cylinder with some rings on it.
Yeah.
Until I posted, and then I got sidetracked on something else. As you can tell, I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But that was. I kind of want to branch away from just Power Rangers, but I mean Power Rangers is a passion of mine, so I naturally keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
You know,
like it's funny.
It's more than just that, obviously.
It's funny a little bit for me because not a lot of people. I don't really talk about like kind of personal stuff. But like I had originally fallen out of the fandom right around SPD era. When it was still on...
dude, you made it further than I did. I was like, Lost Galaxy, what is this? And I stopped watching.
See, I was still a kid. Like, I was born in 93. So, like, when Power Rangers initially started, it came out in, August of 93, I think? Or was it September?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was August, but I could be wrong.
I was, like, 7 or 8 months old at the time of Power Rangers. So like I'm that much older than Power Rangers, but it's one of them things that where like after SPD I just kind of like fell out, and I would watch it like here and there. Like I think I watched on my own Jungle Fury, which I loved that season. So like that and RPM was one of those seasons that like I went through and watched on my own. And then 2016 happened, and I started working conventions, mainly for Power Rangers. So I'm like, well, I need to go through and watch all of the shows just so that way, if I'm working with someone, I know a general...
I know who they are.
Yeah, I know who they are. I know what season. I have a general idea. And that was 2016. Fast forward to 2022, and I'm all the way caught up with all the seasons. I watched from Mighty Morphin. Turbo took me a little bit because as a kid I loved Turbo, but as an adult that was one of the series that I had a hard time getting through. And then
Yeah. I love the suits, but I can't stand the series.
yeah, like
I think they're the coolest suits, but
like I've
the
got
series is just trash.
I've got the Morpher, the original like 1996 Turbo Morpher, without the strap, which I paid almost $100 for that just to get. Like if you can find a classic, Morpher, more power to you. Like some of these other series that are like real popular now, like In Space, some of their morphs and mechs, like morphers and mechs, go for like $500-600 almost, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay $500-600 just to get a toy that's going to be on display. And that now, and fast forward, and I'm all the way caught up with Dino Fury.
I mean, honestly, some of the props people make.
What's up?
Some of the props people make, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a prop maker. Even like the foam ones, they're so much better than those ones that you're paying like $100-200 for.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see.
And like a buddy of mine, well, my roommate that I live with, he's got one of the Sentai version of the Dino Fury sword for the anniversary special, and that thing is like really big. And then you look at the toy and you're like, this little dinky thing came from this big life-size sword, and I'm just like, so the Bandai of America toys compared to the Bandai of Japan, it doesn't compare. Like Hasbro's, I'm like, come on Hasbro, like toys, you guys are killing it in the figures, but like when it comes to the morphers, the mechs, and the the swords, it doesn't compare.
I gotta just say, Lucky Cap in your chat just said that I love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie with Ivan Ooze.
Yes.
110%. So every single year, my wife and I watch that on the day it was released. Every single year. And the best part about it is my daughter's 6 years old, and this was probably 2 or 3 years ago. Uh-huh. She could recite the movie back to us almost.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't realize that they watched it that often, but apparently while I was working, they watched it or something, because I don't know how she knew it.
Well, I've actually...
And, she gets so excited, when they... The funny part, real quick, is when they would disappear off screen and not be in the ninja suits or not be in the power armor, whatever you want to call it, she was always like, where'd the Power Rangers go?
Now, I actually got to meet... Ivan Ooze's actor, Paul Freeman, nicest guy you will ever meet, and just
he was in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and he was in Indiana Jones. I keep forgetting that it was Raiders of the Lost Ark, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Now,
that was his big thing.
Yeah, and then all these years later,
one of his big things.
Yeah, and then he gets in the Power Rangers movie, and I'm just like, hands down, probably one of the best villains, even though it's technically, its own little universe, but like Ivan Ooze, for what the time that he had, was really good. Like he did something that Rito wasn't able to do. Like he almost took over Angel Grove.
Yeah.
Now, another question that I kind of got, because it's a question. What got you into streaming?
I love video games. No, I enjoy playing video games, and I like the community aspect of it. That's kind of why I'm on and off sometimes. It takes so much time to build up that community, and I realize that. But I also have 2 kids and a house and a job. so it doesn't happen as often. I'm trying to be more consistent about it.
Yeah.
But what I really like is like the common interests between people, like myself and you, and probably many of the people watching your stream.
Lucky Cat.
And I like that community aspect of it pretty much, and I like playing games and sharing that with people, and sharing like little tidbits of knowledge. So like right now I'm playing Ghostwire, and I know a lot about Japanese mythology, specifically yokai. Ironically, because of Power Rangers.
Yeah,
that's another story. And while I'm playing through that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's this guy, and he has this power. And if you look at this show, he looks just like him, and that's why this guy was designed the way he was, because he was based off of a yokai, things like that.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's fun to share those kind of little tidbits with people and have them share them back.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my chat, but Lucky Cap said, "Wow, that's amazing. I can't even recite the movie."
Yeah, she's a smart cookie.
Yeah, Lucky Cap. Because I know we generally like about the same thing. SG Mechanic is actually a really cool streamer. How did you send me you sent me a follow when I think one of your streams came up, or did you share your stream with me?
Who, me?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember how I came across your stream, because I can generally remember like whose stream I came across and how, but like for yours, I don't remember.
I honestly have no idea. I don't know if it was through Mike. Maybe it was through Mike. Maybe I shared my stream in there, or you shared your stream in there.
Maybe.
But I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, Lucky, you should definitely check out SG, which I'm going to also give him a shout out, even though I've got a command for him. Because the last time he was playing, as he said, he was playing... you were playing Monster Hunter Rise?
Last time I was. I had a friend who wanted to play Monster Hunter. I'm a big Monster Hunter fan.
Which I've actually got that game. I just don't really play it.
Good.
Like,
shame on you. Shame on you.
I think someone bought it.
Go back and play it.
I think someone bought it for me.
Go back and play it, even if you end my interview early. Go back and play it. No, I've been playing Monster Hunter since PS2. I love that game.
Yeah.
I will never quit that game. So me and my sister actually bought 2 PS2s so that we could specifically play that game with each other. That's how much I love Monster Hunter.
If I could go back and strangle my younger self, I would. Like, I had an original PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 2, like the big bulky one. I sold both of them.
Yeah.
I was so mad. And then, like, my PlayStation 3 randomly stopped working because the HDMI... No, the auxiliary cord stopped working. And then the HDMI cord stopped working. So then I was like... Oof. Was that on one of mine? Jeez. I don't even know my own...
Bitch, you're good for now.
I don't even know all of my sound alerts that I've got. Because, like, nobody really plays them except for, like, the ones that I've got in my channel points. But, like...
Except for me?
Yeah. Baby Shark, you, Clay, Bubba Tow Truck, and one other person. Every time they'll come in and just spam Baby Shark, I'm just like, I regret myself for putting that in there.
That's my announcement when I come into your stream most of the time.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, it's every time it comes off.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah. But it's one of them things. If I could go back and like stop myself from doing that, like I would, and then like take better care of some of it, because it's like as a kid, I loved Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, Power Rangers, some anime stuff, and like I played all of the Digimon World games all up until Digimon World 3, and I want to go back.
I just say, as an adult, I love Digimon.
Yeah, yeah, and I've played Digimon World, the remake of Digimon World. Hated it. I'm like, it's just like the first game. I didn't enjoy the first game.
The first one was really hard.
Yeah.
It was basically a PS1 version of a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
And no one can keep that stuff.
And so like I'm going back and like trying to do like, you know, all these missions and evolve, and like my Agumon or my Gabumon would digivolve into like this shit poke Digimon. I'm like, I don't want that. So like I hated playing it. I stopped playing it, and I picked up Digimon World 2, and I loved it, and I played Digimon World 3, loved it. But then I stopped playing that, and I got more into like the like sports and stuff. But like I want to go back and play Data Squad and Digimon World 4.
Cybers. Oh, okay. There's a World 4? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was for the PlayStation.
I think I got to World 3, and that was where I ended.
Yeah.
And then I just grabbed Cyber Sleuth, but man, that game, like, it's a fun game, but I have no freaking idea where to go with half the missions.
It's.
I tried to stream it a couple times, and because of, like, it's not a good game to stream in my opinion, because I need to look up half the time where I need to go.
Yeah, dude, I played 100 hours of Cyber Sleuth. I beat it. It took forever, and then I went back to try and do like all the Digivolutions. I'm like, this just is taking too long. But
did you play the card game?
No, I've got like the Digimon cards. Like the original.
The new ones?
I don't have the new ones.
Yeah, no, the new one is way different.
Yeah.
Much better. It's more balanced, I would say, in the sense of like, if you play like Magic and stuff, I would say I don't want to say it's similar to Magic because you don't have spells in that.
Yeah.
But it's more competitive play like that.
See, I loved playing Magic. A group of friends and I that I met through the wrestling circuit back a while ago when I was still in West Virginia before I got back into it now, taught me how to play Magic, and it's one of them things where it's like it's really cool. Like I enjoy Magic. I haven't played it in a while, and I lost all my cards, but
Magic was a money sink, as I freaking have like booster boxes of Digimon cards next to me, but it's it's a little different. I want those, and I have people to play them with. So.
Yeah, see, like, I want to learn how to play that, and then I've got a whole bunch of Dragon Ball Super cards that I want to learn how to play. And, so, kind of another question. Jesus. Hey, what's going on, Phoenix? How are we doing? Welcome into the stream. We're here.
Yeah, we're the only ones who redeemed them, right?
Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, Lucky Cap did, the 250 for Baby Shark. But another question that I got for you is, what would you like to accomplish with your streaming?
I want to build a... Oh, sorry, I almost choked on boba. I want to build a community. That's about it. I don't have like I want to be famous or anything like that. I'd be happy if I had like a consistent like 10 people who I could hang out with and game with and have like hang out on our streams. You know, really just a community aspect. So
yeah,
I don't really have a drive to be like a esports gamer or make money streaming. If that happens, then so be it. But
yeah,
you know, it's the community aspect that really draws me to it. That sounds like a book answer, like I'm trying to impress people, but
yeah,
still.
I will say SG is one of those like the really cool ones because it's like he doesn't just play like games that will like get him the views. Like he plays Zenith, the VR game.
Just games that can get me views.
Yeah, like, you know, like Call of Duty.
Saying, but...
Dude, honestly, if you gifted me Resident Evil 7, I would play it, dude. Like, it's one of them games, like, I've played Resident Evil, but, like, I don't...
Resident Evil 7, I literally would poop my pants.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. I've started it twice, and I've turned it off twice.
Oh, my God. Like, I was playing Uncharted last night, and it got to the part with the zombies, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't get scared, but, like, and I even played at the beginning, and like it still got me all on like jump scares, and I'm like, I fucking hate it, because it's like 12 in the morning, and I'm like sitting here playing for like almost 10 hours, and just the zombies, and I'm just like, that's why the Nazis called, and they want to see you back here. Like, I'm just talking shit to these zombies that can't hear me, and I'm like I'm almost getting scared because it's like it's dark and like it goes from like an action adventure like puzzle solving game to like we're just gonna throw Nazis and zombies in with it. I'm like, but why?
So I get jump scares all the time, but that's not what bothers me about Resident Evil 7. What bothers me about Resident Evil 7 is the beginning of it is very, I don't want to say realistic because it's like over embellished, but like that shit could happen.
Yeah.
Like someone captures you and decides they're gonna like, do whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. But the movie The Strangers is one of the most terrifying movies.
Oh, I couldn't even finish it.
That actually happened. So that's why I'm not a big fan of Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil whatever, all the way up until 7, zombies, whatever. I'll get the jump scare and I'll move on. But
yeah.
Resident Evil 7, like, that crap is scary, at least in the beginning. If I can get by the beginning, I heard it becomes more like the older ones. But I can't even get by the beginning.
Well, kind of what Lucky said. He said, Sam, want to just have a consistency in viewership and a cool community. And then he started off with, I started Resident Evil 7 the first time and was like, nope, LOL. And he put in all caps, the beginning.
So, 2 stories on Resident Evil 7. One, the first time I played it, my daughter was born. My wife was upstairs, asleep, and so wasn't my daughter. And it was like, I don't know, 9 a.m.?
Oh, gosh.
And I'm playing Resident Evil 7, trying it on my Xbox One. And I couldn't even finish it. Like, I couldn't even get into it. I ended up having to turn it off. And that was in the middle of, well, I shouldn't say middle of the day, but it was light outside. Right? Second time I played it, I got the stupid idea to play it on PlayStation VR. Yeah,
no.
Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Like, just don't. I'm a big VR player, as Mac knows. Actually, that's a huge passion of mine. I probably play VR every weekend. I don't really stream it, but I probably should.
Yeah, because you were streaming, so often, Beat Saber one time?
Say that again?
You were streaming Beat Saber one time, right?
Probably. I've streamed a handful of games on it. My problem is I had a lot of issues with my headset and my computer trying to balance those resources for streaming, because I stream on the same computer that I play on. Yeah. So trying to balance those resources, it depends on the game. Sometimes it sucks a lot of resources up because I run a Windows Mixed Reality headset. Oh. So that is running Windows Mixed Reality, and then it's moving into Steam and running Steam VR, and then it's running the game, and then I'm running my OBS.
Yeah. Like I know,
so you can see where I'm going.
Yeah, I noticed when I tried to play Star Wars: The Old Republic, like my computer just got like real bogged down on it, just running the game and then running my OBS, and I'm just like, bro, like I see people play it all the time and they're just fine, and then it's like I try and play it, I get a couple good. No, I wouldn't even dare play that.
So Lucky said no, I wouldn't even dare play that on VR. LMAO. So, there is a huge modding community called Flat Screens of VR, and one of the things that they did was the Resident Evil games. So I think it's like Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, RE7 and RE8 is coming out shortly, because RE7 was not in VR for the computer, but they legit worked in, the modding community made your hands track. So, like, you can play Resident Evil 2 in full VR. It's crazy. So, just a side note.
I gotta say, I like your little Dino Charge hollow in the back.
Oh, by CV?
Yeah.
So that was, I love CV. I bought a Kamen Rider XA sticker about this big from him. Probably 2016, I think. And I live in New England, so I see a lot of snowstorms. Dude, that thing is still on my car. It looks like the day I bought it. Jeez. So I will buy anything from CV. Anything. Yeah. Not only is his art amazing, but his products are good. And that is actually, my wife won that on Brennan Mejia's stream.
Oh,
It's actually, you can't see it in the picture, but it's actually signed by Brennan.
he signed it on
Says,
the
his
gold,
name,
didn't he?
say that again?
Did he sign it on like the gold? Well, it looks like it's gold, but
it's actually, it's really hard to see because of the light, but it's actually right here.
yeah.
It says Brennan Mejia, Unleash the Power. And then CB signed it, which is funny because the first time I asked him to sign one of my artworks that I bought off of him, he was like, "Really? You want me to sign it?" I'm like, "Dude, you did the work, right?
Yeah.
Like, sign your own work." And he said I was one of the first people to ask him to sign it, so it's funny that he signed that.
Yeah.
Because that was after that. So I don't know if he started doing that on all of them, or if that was just something that Brennan asked him to do. Because it was sent from Brennan, not from CB.
Yeah.
So.
Like the one thing, like some of these like conventions that I've gone to, I'm sure SG can attest. Like there's some people that are there and are just amazing with the amount of work that they do. Like our friend Rando, he goes and gets boots, and he'll like someone will come up to him and like they'll look at his artwork, and then like he'll get a commission, and like it'll be like not a big size, but like about yay big drawing sheet. And like he'll have that done within like an hour to 2 hours, and I'm just like, I couldn't even imagine doing that, because like you just got people that are there and like just selling stuff that they've already got, or they're like, oh yeah, we can take a commission, like if you hit us up after, we can come up with an idea and do it for you and send it to you. But like Rando will just be there and like he'll just be sketching away on like different like projects that he's doing. Like people will come up and he'll still talk to him, but like he's like still drawing and like keeping a full like conversation. I'm like, I don't think I'd be able to do that. Like I can barely I can barely play games and like check my chat sometimes and like try and multitask. I'm like, and Rando just does it like just he'll like be looking at you and like he'll still be drawing and like not mess up like a single thing. And I'm like, dude, more power to y'all. And like it sucks, like some of the things that we're talking about, like questions that I've got down on here is like like you're answering it, but like for people that just come in, like how hard is it to do a VR stream, and what goes into your mindset to do a VR game?
What goes into my mindset to do a VR stream? Let's put on this headset and play VR. That's pretty much what goes into my mindset.
Like,
how hard is it? It depends on the situation. There is software that you can get, so like it's an overlay that shows up on your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So when you like turn your hand, the chat is on your hand.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is pretty cool, and that makes it a hell of a lot easier. But again, it depends on the game that you're playing, and some of it even depends on how they optimize the game. So like if they didn't optimize the game very well and it's a resource hog, sometimes I can't even run that chat.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I got some early VR games that it's like you can't even bother streaming it. It's just such a resource hog. But then some of the newer ones that are more optimized, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lucky.
I mean, I streamed all of Half-Life Alyx, I think, on Twitch when I played it.
Okay.
Actually. So.
But Lucky Cat.
I love VR.
I honestly. I don't know. It's a very, bad answer to give, but like I've been getting tattooed since I was 16, and I'm 29 now. I've got my knuckles, I've got my hand, I've got the tattoo that comes up around my collarbone, I've got 2 behind my ears, I've got my chest, I've got my ribs, I've got the kind of upper half of my back, and I've got like 3 tattoos on my leg.
What's the coolest one you got?
So, I've got 2 that I would really say is either like the coolest and my favorite one. I've got the Majin M tattoo on my left shoulder. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it, but like it's right there. So I've shown.
Hold Hold on, I gotta wait like 3 seconds.
Oh. Oh yeah, because you can't see my there.
Everyone else can, but I can't.
Yeah. I've got that. What's going on, Phoenix? How are we doing? And I've got the Power Rangers lightning bolt tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I got it when I was in 2019. I don't know if you know Joey. He ran Rad Bear, and he does Rad Toys now, with his brother.
Okay.
He tattoos also, and while me and my roommate / friend Gorilla were in Orlando for Ranger Stop, we went and got tattoos. He did a thing of, it was like a little business card, but if you, whatever fit on that little business card, it was I think like $25. So I got the lightning bolt, and he got it's from Legend of Zelda. I can't think of what it's called, but he got his little. It's like right here. It's literally the size of a quarter, and those are probably my two coolest ones that I've got.
I actually have one tattoo I got when my daughter was born. My parents hated tattoos. They told me I was never allowed to get one. And then my daughter was born, and I said, that's not something I would ever regret, even if I regretted the art. So I got it done. And it is like, I was crazy. I probably shouldn't have done this. It didn't hurt because it was on my calf.
Yeah, I fell asleep on my calf.
It's the size of probably my hand. It's probably like the size of my hand, maybe a little bigger. It took 8 hours for him to do, but
Jeez.
It's Speedy from Arrow because my daughter's named Thea.
Oh.
But yeah, it was pretty crazy to
is
get
it,
that done.
Is it
my first tattoo.
Is it the comic version of it, or is it actually the actress?
It's the actress, because the comic wasn't actually her. And when it initially came out, it was what's his name? Arsenal.
Oh, Roy.
Was. But yeah, I can't even really show it.
Oh wow, that's actually not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long time. I sat in the chair, I think, for almost 6 to 8 hours for that. I mean, you know better, but
yeah.
Still,
I mean, the longest
first one to do that.
Actually, I can say you've sat a lot longer than I have. The longest I've sat was 4.5 hours to do rework and to do up here.
I'm going back. I'm actually gonna get on the other calf. I want to get the Gold Ranger with from Zeo and the Gold Ranger from Samurai, because my son's name is Royal Antonio, so I figured King Ranger is Royal.
Yeah.
And Antonio is the Gold Ranger from Samurai.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of a cool way to marry my love for Power Rangers and
your son
together.
Lucky
but
Cap.
At this point, I've waited so long, I might just wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Lucky Cap, going back on you playing Half-Life, he said he wants to play Half-Life Alyx.
You want to play Half-Life Alyx? Half-Life Alyx is a fantastic game. That's all I can say. It's a fantastic game. Just, yes, if you ever get the chance to play it, play it.
Yeah.
Do you have VR, Lucky Cap?
I think he does.
And okay, if you do, then you should definitely add me somehow.
I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Because I will definitely play VR with everybody.
And then Phoenix. You actually might know Phoenix in real life. She comes to Ranger Stop.
I've only been to Ranger Stop once, though.
Well, she's in the Ranger fandom area.
Ranger fandom?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell me off stream.
Yeah. But she said, mine said the same 19 later.
19 tattoos later, yeah.
Yeah, I can't say anything. I came out of high school with a sleeve and almost a half sleeve. He said he has the Oculus Quest 2.
There you go. Yeah, so I run it on Steam, so I don't know if we can play together, but hit me up, DM me or something.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah, slide into my DM. Just keep the pictures out of there.
Right. But
unless they're good pictures.
Yeah, unless they're good pictures. So, Lucky Cat, do you have any questions for Phoenix for SG? I know it's that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do this, just in case if there's people in here that kind of wanted to ask you a question, or if anybody just kind of wanted to elaborate.
While they're thinking about that, I kind of want to just point out a lot of people I don't think know the difference between like a resin printer and a regular printer.
Yeah, I don't.
So I kind of want to.
I kind of do, but I kind of don't.
So a resin printer gives you something like this.
The shiny.
So the finish is a lot nicer on a resin print, versus like an FDM printer gives you something like this. So like you can see the layers. Mm-hmm. On this.
Is that a White Ranger mask?
So, no, this is actually, it was an early version of a Bloodline helmet that I never really finished. So it was just in space, basically, but we shaved the emblem off. I just thought that was kind of interesting. So for things like badges and whatnot, you tend to do resin prints because you want the small, fine detail. So for example, on this, it's hard to see probably on camera, but you can literally see the like details of the webbing on his suit. Mm-hmm. But this would never pick that up. So just for whatever it's worth. This is a lot quicker though.
Is it?
If you got stuck in one video game, what would it be? Ooh. I would say Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon is a safe bet and really entertaining at the same time. I initially was going to say Halo, but I really don't want to be attacked for the rest of my life.
But Halo's not, like, see, me, I'm a PlayStation kid through and through. But when I couldn't get my hands on a PlayStation 5, I decided that I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and get a Xbox. And I started playing Halo 5 for the first time, and, like, it's not bad. Like, I want to go through and, like, play all of the Halo games.
Halo 5 is actually really good. I got... sorry, I'm getting a weird feedback for a second.
That was me.
Halo 5 is actually really, really good. It kind of goes back to the Halo 2 roots to me, for multiplayer at least. I refuse to play campaign mode until they put in co-op, though.
Yeah.
Once they put in co-op, I will go and play campaign mode. But I refuse to play Halo for my first time by myself. Because what brought me to Halo was me and my sister would sit down and we would beat that crap on Legendary almost every weekend. Like, we were big Halo people.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say shout out to 50 Shades because he did buy the Xbox for me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome for what?
Because he bought my Xbox Series S for me.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
gotcha.
And I did a nice thing, you know. I went ahead and I bought him the Switch OLED.
There you go.
But, you know, being who we are for each other, we share it. So, like, we've got 3 cats together. You know, we've got Starfire, Milo, and now we've got Raven. Starfire's about 3. Raven's just about 1. And then Milo's like 9.
So why Milo? It's like you got Starfire, Raven, and then you got Milo.
Well,
why Milo?
Because when I got Milo, he had already been named. I've only had Milo for about 2 years.
Gotcha.
But if you
good reason.
But if you want to be technical, if you think about it, you got Raven and Starfire, which is DC. Milo is how we look at it is Milo from Atlantis, the Lost City, Disney, Pixar. Because Clay's a big nerd, like Disney nerd and all that. And me and him, we both like, you know, comics and stuff. And so, he was like, well, I named her Starfire. I was like, look, if we get another cat, if we get another black cat, we have to name her Blackfire, Starfire and Blackfire. Or and then we looking at her, when we got her name was Sassy. And I'm like, no, we're not keeping Sassy. That's not happening. Even though I can see why they named her Sassy. But no, I was like, she seems more of a Raven. So that's why we got set on Raven. But
Okay.
yeah. So,
Favorite Disney movie on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hercules.
oh god.
That was really delayed.
Oh, see, you put me on the spot. I don't even favorite Disney movie.
Hercules, 100%. 100% Hercules. You can
Aladdin.
argue Lion King and anything from that era, but Hercules.
Aladdin.
Okay, alright. Aladdin's good.
It's between Aladdin and Land Before Time. And
Land Before Time is not Disney.
And I was
Get
about
outta
to
here.
say, and I don't know if that's for sure Disney or not. But
I don't know who it is, but it's not Disney.
yeah, but it's for sure Aladdin. So yeah. Now here's one. So with that being, Lucky Cap, do you got a question you want to ask him? Because in the meantime, wait, hold up. He says, yes, they need to put a co-op so I can play Legendary. That's dope. Yeah,
I have to side with Aladdin. I'll
like-
give you Aladdin. Aladdin's good. I'm just a big Greek mythology person. So,
yeah.
You know, all that sleeping around that Zeus does.
Oh,
Mulan's
Lucky.
another good one. I'll give you Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan is.
I don't know why. I was gonna say I don't know why I put a V in there, but I always do.
So we got 7 viewers in here.
Mulan.
We got 50 Shades 26. We got Lucky Cap TV. Of course, we got the man, the myth, the legend, SG Mechanic. We got Phoenix 13. We got Nat Zelly, M Paka 88. I feel like some of
That's
these.
my wife.
Oh, is that okay? Hi. I was like, because I'm looking in here, I'm like, who is M Paka 88? Then we got a GG. But yeah, no, just thank you guys for being here. Like I said, this is something that I kind of want to, do a little bit more because, I've got a lot of friends that are streamers. And what better way to have my first guest on the day in the life of than with SG? And I was really grateful that he even said. What's up?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so you really want the day in the life? I should just introduce you to my kids. That's
Yeah.
the day in the life.
I can't tell you how many times we've been. I've called him to ask him about stuff for the streams, and he's like, "Oh, hold up, my son's doing this. Hold up, I gotta help my daughter with this."
Hold on. My son's jumping off the back of the couch and going through a window potentially.
Yeah.
Let me step away first.
But yeah, no,
He's very energetic. Anywho, sorry, I cut you off.
no, you're fine, man. Sleeping Beauty's a good one. I will say Sleeping Beauty is a good. Now, a question, just because it's almost 9:00, and I know you said you wanted to try and be on live by 9, because it's about 8:35 here. 8 going on 30.
I 100% understand that.
So now going back to doing props, would you ever consider making props on stream, or do you plan to keep the two separate?
It's so funny that you said that. I was actually thinking today, I'm working on my cosplay. This would be the perfect opportunity for me to make YouTube videos on this or stream it. But I have no idea how I can hold my phone. I guess I could do one of those, but I don't know how I could hold my phone and do it.
So do you have a laptop?
And I don't know if I can do it. I can't do my stuff inside. I do. I could do it with a tripod, but it's still it's hard to balance. Side note: yes, I did see the Chip and Dale movie. It's fantastic. Everyone should watch that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Anywho, so yes, I do have a tripod, and I could potentially do it with that. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. My wife does the sewing, actually, for the suits, so she does the serger. I feel like that would be a lot easier to do than, like, the sanding, because you can do it inside.
Yeah.
But...
She did the Ranger Slayer
honestly,
costume, right?
I want to. I just gotta figure out how to.
Or she did your...
She did the... So, alright. Alright, so let me explain the Ranger Slayer costume. First, let me show you this, because I thought this was pretty cool, because I haven't seen anybody actually do this at a con. I've only seen one person do this, like, on Instagram, actually. But I did the Power Ranger Pink, Black Ranger.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. So she actually went in and manually cut all of this and sewed it together.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's all stretchy spandex. Yeah, she's a pretty good seamstress, honestly. She'll never say she is, but I think she is.
Well, I mean, I've noticed a lot of
Ranger
artists.
Slayer costume. So I went as. Here's a funny story on that. I went as Power Ranger Pink, Black Ranger. Therefore, she went as Kimberly Hart from Power Ranger Pink, Black Ranger. We go there, and people are like, "Oh, how did you get a Ranger Slayer costume thrown together so quick?" So then we just gave up trying to explain to people who she was, because they looked so similar to begin with. The only difference is Ranger Slayer basically cut her hair when you look at it.
Yeah.
When they're unwashed, right?
Which. I got rid of the photo.
So we just gave up trying to explain it to people, and we just told people that she was Ranger Slayer.
I was gonna try and pull that picture back up, but I didn't want to go back through Instagram because I thought I still had the tab pulled up. But no, like.
Let me see. I think I am in my Instagram. I might be able to just send it to you if I know how to work Instagram, which I pretty much don't.
Yeah, I've been doing Instagram since like it first started. I could say I'm one of the day ones.
Here, I'll ping you the link to it.
Ping, ping, ping. Oh, there it is. Bam.
You can see our wonderful first cosplay.
Yeah.
Right?
So.
But yeah, so her bow is 3D printed.
Did you 3D print it?
I did, yeah. So I just made it out of pink filament, actually, and then believe it or not, that is all. I think, if I recall, that's all black Sharpie to paint it. And then her shoulder piece is actually the shoulder piece from a Cloud Strife costume that I ripped offline, and we cut the bolts off, and then we took it and we threw it because it was already kind of damaged. The print was, and we just didn't have enough time, honestly.
Yeah.
Half of doing cosplay is like making do with what you have.
Yeah, like.
So then we took that and she like threw it across the driveway to damage it more and scuff it up, and then we put it on. The jacket is literally just a jacket, and then her knee pads are just knee pads from
Walmart, probably.
Roller skating or whatever, and she just spray painted the knees.
So yeah, if you're just now coming in, this is where they first started, as what they say, and then this is what he was just explaining.
She was pregnant with my daughter, and the one on the right.
Yeah.
So that's why it kind of looks a little different than the typical. But yeah, you can see our awesome bobbleheads.
I mean, but
it's a paper mache, basically.
It's not bad comparing to where like most people start. Like, if you look at some people's like first, like.
I mean,
I'm not trying to like say people are bad, but like I've seen some people who've like done something for like the first time, and like the helmets, from photo quality wise, aren't the greatest. But like all things considering,
she did a great job on the suits. There was gloves that were gonna go with that, but the week before Power Morphicon, I sliced a chunk out of my pinky with a razor blade, so I couldn't even wear it anyways.
Oof.
So we just gave up on the gloves.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, like I had you can't see it because it's in the hand that's behind her back, but I had like a patch that they just super glued to my finger. So we were just like, forget it. Don't even bother with the gloves at this point.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were proud to be able to say like we handmade those costumes. You know,
Yeah.
we literally made every single aspect of that costume from scratch, with the exception of maybe the morpher. Actually, yeah, the morpher was the toy. But then if you go to the ones on the left, like we handmade those costumes. You know,
Gonna go
she
back
pulled
to
hers
it.
together with some clothing and whatnot, like everybody would, right? But still,
Yeah. Now,
literally, my costume was 100% handmade from her.
Now you made the helmet, right? Well, you printed it.
Yeah,
She painted
that.
it.
Say that again.
I said so. Didn't you say like you make them and then she like helps you paint them?
Yeah. So usually I do the 3D print, a lot of the sanding. I'll do some of the base coat stuff. You know, like the black, I probably would have sprayed on that. The silver, I probably would have sprayed on that. But when it comes to like the fine details, I don't have the patience for that, to be completely honest. So she usually steps in and like does the pinstriping and whatnot, and then we'll paint that. So I think like you can actually feel it on this. You can't see it probably very well on the camera, but the white actually is a layer lower if you run your fingernail across it, because of the amount of layers of paint that we did to build this up. So I think what we did, if I recall, is we did a base white, and then we did the pinstriping, and then we did the black, and then we did the silver, and then we did the yellow.
Okay.
So, which is kind of, now that I look at it, I would never do that again. I would do the yellow, and then I would do the white, because you went backwards.
Yeah. So
Right?
so all I'm hearing in this aspect is she's really SG mechanic prints and props. you just make everything and you're just a face.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100% correct. She does not want to be in any of this crap. You know, she lets me coordinate all that kind of stuff. I do a lot of the 3D modeling stuff. So, you know, I did the spiral saber. I did the modeling for the baton. You know, there's a Mandalorian helmet that I actually didn't print, but it's up there, that I did the modeling for. And actually, my buddy, Pension Asset, that I was talking about earlier, he did this one. Well, I shouldn't say that. I got to rephrase what I said there. He was on a Power Rangers RPG game where he was playing an Orange Ranger, and I went and modeled his helmet out for him, which you can see there.
I can't see anything. It's just your face.
Oh, it didn't come up?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't have a print of it. Sorry, I sent you the link.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay. You sent me the
My
link.
bad.
Got you. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
And then,
Okay.
actually, if you scroll through my Instagram on there too, I got a couple of Hyperforce helmets in there too.
Yeah.
I'm on a Hyperforce blue.
That
I should
green.
get back and do that.
That green
That green
Hyperforce
is
helmet.
my favorite helmet to ever make.
So I'm guessing
Someone
this is.
literally asked me if that was a rendering because Missy did the photos so well for that, and I was like, no, that's the actual helmet.
So there's his little.
That green was actually modeled though by.
Good.
That green was actually modeled by 3D Command Center. Actually,
Nice.
someone just asked me to print it for him, so I did, and then we did the finished work on it. But yeah, no, like the paint job on that, she did such a good job on the paint job on that.
So, who's
that, like, people literally thought that was a rendering.
what is this? Is that Korag?
I don't know, because my stream's so delayed. Is it the?
It says
it the,
almost 1/4 done with this print. Only another 4 to go. What to do, or what do we think it is?
Yeah, that's Korag.
It's sad that I know what it is based on just like looking at part of it. I'm like, that looks like Korag shield. Now this,
That's Korag. That's the saber that's in process that I need to get back to doing.
the lightsaber.
It's a lightsaber, but I'm not giving any details on who it is.
It looks.
Because I think everyone's going to be really impressed when they see what it is.
So here's.
Go ahead, you were going to say, Jed?
To me, it kind of looks like it might be a mix of either Anakin's or Luke's, and I could be wrong. You're a nerd.
Neither one of those.
No. Okay. So, but like this
It's a more obscure character.
Oh God, more.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, but yeah, this Hyperforce green helmet is really
Yes.
beautiful. And then there's the.
I actually have one in process right now for Hyperforce Green.
I need one.
Then I need one too. I make them for everybody else but myself.
And then there's the red and black Spyro Saber for Bloodline of the Grid, right?
Yeah.
And then the Wild Force Pink's baton.
Wild Force. I don't know. Is she pink or yellow? I'm sorry, pink or white?
I don't know, because technically they color white. Technically they color pink.
Yeah, it's like she's mostly white.
Yeah,
but
with like hints of pink.
I think they said she was pink technically.
Did they? Okay. And then closer, just kind of showing off.
One of the things that I do that a lot of people don't do for these helmets.
You're a nerd.
Is I've started putting them in with magnets instead of clasped, so you have a clean finish.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
There's that.
So I started that on that Hyperforce green helmet. That's why it's so clean.
Now, was this the one that you sent out to Chris, or is this just one you...
That... I don't know. I made a handful of those. I'm actually making one right now for Jim Kelly. I think that is probably one that DJ Rivers ended up with.
Ooh.
I gave them to Chris, and then it ended up going to DJ. So that's probably one DJ ended up with.
And then here's the one of more of just the Hyperforce screen. Like the lines, like I said, guys, if y'all are looking and if he's willing to, message him. He's pretty reasonable with his price.
I also if I wouldn't want it from my cosplay, I don't send it out. Like I said, my background is actually engineering, so I make plenty of money in that aspect. That this is not my job.
Yeah.
This is just kind of a hey, I like to do stuff. So.
Is that the Mando helmet?
Again, that's why you can see that
Yep.
Probably. Hold on, it's delayed. I'm still on Hyperforce screen.
What's going on to the one person over in Facebook land? How we doing today? Yeah, it's the Mandalorian. I just looked at the tag.
Yeah.
So
it is. So that was like a tutorial. I was trying to learn ZBrush.
Okay.
And I made that using a tutorial type of thing.
Also, you actually did this one?
The Mandalorian helmet? Yeah, I did. That
Okay.
was all hand done by me. Well, not hand done, but I did the Mandalorian helmet. I did the Hyperforce Blue. That was my first helmet I ever modeled, was the Hyperforce Blue, which is why it's a little crude. I'm probably gonna go back and redo that one, to be honest.
Okay. I'm looking at your Q Ranger hoodie.
Q Ranger.
The hoodie that your wife made.
Oh, the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Missy made me. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that shirt, and it's done on a really light sweatshirt.
Oh, is it?
So it's perfect for working out in.
I'm just kind of scrolling through, pulling up some things.
But yeah, I gotta really post more stuff on here.
But yeah, here's his Black Ranger helmet that he was just showing off in the video, just so you guys can kind of see. But it's like I said, guys, for what he does, it's really good. And I'm not just trying to gas him up just because he's a pal of mine.
Gas me up. I'll take it.
But look at that.
Gas is expensive.
And I'm going to go ahead and give my last question, since you are going to be going live here in a little bit. And actually, guys, we are going to be rating SG when he goes live. So
what a surprise.
If you guys stick around for that. But if you can make a prop for any big celeb, who would it be? Not one that's already been made, but if you can make a prop for somebody, who would it be?
Ooh. I'm a sucker for Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I don't know who isn't a sucker for Keanu
Right.
Reeves.
That man.
I'm a big sucker for Keanu Reeves. And the other person, and I don't want to hear any sass from anybody for this, because I know you all watch his movies, but Nicolas Cage.
Everybody watches Nick Cage.
How does the guy keep making movies? Right? Like,
He's just...
he keeps making movies because everybody's watching them. Yet everybody's like, nah, I don't watch Nicolas Cage. I'm like, you totally watch Nicolas Cage. Stop it.
Yeah, it's like, then how's he still getting booked in Hollywood?
Yeah.
No, you damn me.
But, yeah, I mean, I think Keanu Reeves, I think he would be, just because he's such a nice dude. I mean, if I had to pick someone to hang out with for a day, it'd probably be Keanu. So
hanging out, you would hang out with him. Now, so hanging out, it would be Keanu. Making a prop would definitely still be Keanu.
Probably, because he's such a nice guy. No one ever does anything for him.
I could see you making his cyberpunk arm.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick. I think he probably already has that, though.
Probably.
I don't know.
But does he have one made by someone as talented as SG Mechanic?
Probably. Probably more talented. It's probably made by, like, Adam Savage.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. Keanu Reeves Cyberpunk 3D model. Let's see what's out there. I see a lot of him. You know, honestly, like, if you're gonna make his Cyberpunk arm, though, I probably wouldn't want to 3D print that.
How would you make it?
Probably out of Eva foam.
Ooh, yeah, that... Because I feel like...
So, Eva foam, for those who don't know, you can, like, heat and form. I'm actually making the cufflinks for my current cosplay, which is under wraps right now, as Jed knows, because he tried to get it out of me, but he probably already knows what it is. I'm actually making my cufflinks. I'm going to use Eva foam and sheet metal sandwiched between two pieces of Eva foam.
Ooh.
Just so I can get that flexibility to bend it and have it hold shape. Instead of, a lot of people do the heating, but I find the heating to be a pain in the ass. So, yeah, I don't see his arm, but honestly, like, yeah.
Now, no, she doesn't stream.
Hmm?
Wait, is it? Hold up, I want to make sure I'm spelling it right. Bam.
Someone making Keanu Reeves stuff?
Bam. Go give
They are playing no games.
Yeah. Go give the awesome other half of SG Mechanics, Prints, and Props a follow on Twitch. Maybe we can.
Yeah, she doesn't stream.
Yeah. But
follow her if you want.
Yeah, follow her if you want. No big deal. So I'm gonna shout out at Phoenix. Where's she at? Bam. You're probably playing Call of Duty. Yep, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Lucky Cap. At. I'm doing my shout outs real quick. Lucky Cap. Last time he was playing Jack 2. Let's give SG a follow. Because he's about to go live, so there you go. If you're not following him, go hit that follow button. And so thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thank you everyone. Thanks for the good questions. I'm glad it wasn't just about props.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to ask someone who does different things, different questions, and he's someone who does props, cosplay, what he does. But thank you guys for, I mean, there were 7 people who was in. I mean, it's now down to 3, but for those of you who came in and, watched and got to know a little bit more of SG himself, what, got him going, doing what he wants to do and does what he does. I appreciate that. And, go give him a follow. He's actually about to go live. So if you want to start pulling up your stream and end out of the Discord, I can go ahead and do my end credits and we can come over and raid you. Everybody
Good
remembers
for
the
me.
Boondocks.
Thanks, my dude. Thanks for having me. This was awesome.
Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Let's talk more about Disney.
Right? Let's do more Disney.
All right. I'm gonna drop off the call here.
All right, man. Later.
Bye.
Alrighty, guys. Oh. So let's go ahead and hide that. Nope. I'm gonna do it this way. Well, you know, I'm gonna leave it right there. But thank you guys for coming in. That was my first podcast, not really podcast, but interview with a day in the life with SG Mechanic, as he's right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if he's live right now. So I know he's getting ready to do his live. Disconnected from the chat. How dare you? I thought that was Rando. I thought Rando was on. I'm like, what? But yeah, so SG, let me know when you go live, man. But you know, gotta roll credits. Is the credits not gonna roll? Where's my credits? I know that we had credit. Okay, there we go. I was like, it is taking a bit. Thanks for supporting the stream. We had moderators in, which was Lucky Cat TV, SG Mechanic. SG also gave some biddies today to the stream. And we also had Phoenix 13 in, along with 50 Shades 26. And there we go. SG is live. And we are going. Okay. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Where's my raid button? There it is. We're gonna go ahead and raid SG. So if you are a subscriber, pull out the raid emote and let's